and then X and Kaz had kind of fell out. Well, Kaz had kind of fell out with X, and then. And I think with everything happening the way it happened, you know, when you lose somebody, you start to think back on old beefs and old issues, and you realize how petty shit is, and be like, man, I could have just let that shit go. And then, so I think it was, you know, for him, it ends up offering a bit of, not closure, but it's like, you know, for the album to be named after something that he came up with.
One piece.
Yeah.
Easier to digest, I guess.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it was a dope title.
Yeah, it was, man. And I know your plan was to release it on his birthday.
Yeah, my plan was to release it on his birthday.
What happened on his birthday?
So, on my brother's birthday, like right before, so my brother's birthday is on August 28th. My girlfriend's birthday is August 27th. I was out driving, I was ride sharing that day, and like right around midnight, going from like my girl's birthday right into X's birthday, I ended up getting pulled over by the police, Dunwoody PD, and they end up arresting me on an old warrant for a ticket that I paid like 5 years ago. They lost proof that I paid the ticket, and then they took my ass to Dekalb County Jail for 10 fucking days and left my ass there. Just held my ass, and I'm gonna do a whole video about how fucked up DeKalb County is and how fucked up Rice Street is. But man, that shit was just, and I don't want to sound like a bitch. I mean, so first off, I'm not a street nigga. I'm a college nigga. I went to school. I got degrees. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not into this goon life shit. You know what I'm saying? So me complaining about going to jail for 10 days and this nigga's doing 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I know. It's just, but look, when you committed no crime, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and they lock you up for a misdemeanor, and then they throw you in a cell with like, it's just, the cab is awful. It was like they held me for 10 days. The first 4 days, there was no toilet paper, no soap, no tissue. I mean, no toothpaste, no bed sheets. And I was like, come on, man. Can a nigga get some bed sheets? It's cold in the cell. Can I at least get some sheets? And then, so they bring me some sheets, and then the sheets they brought me was all bloody. So I was just like, yo, can I get some sheets that don't look like a fucking crime scene or a goddamn MaxiPad commercial? So these niggas, to teach me a lesson, they moved me from minimum security to maximum security.
Off of misdemeanor.
Yeah, so I'm in this motherfucker with like motherfuckers with like murderers and armed robbery. It's like, man, what you in here for? Manslaughter? Man, what you in here for? Armed robbery. You know what I'm saying? So what you in here for? Man, I had a busted headlight back in 06, and then fucking I paid the ticket, but they lost. So I'm with y'all now. It's just like, that shit, bro. It was so wild. It was just, and I couldn't believe it. It was, man. I'm telling everybody I know, man. There's a special place in hell for death merchants, rapists, and corrections officers. Corrections officers is the worst people on the goddamn. But I'm convinced now that they are the worst people. If you know, like their attitudes range from indifferent to evil. If you know any mean, ornery ass people that just don't get no joy or satisfaction, but from other people pain and suffering, DeKalb County is hiring. Okay, you can get you a job working for the jail, and you could be miserable and ornery to hundreds of people a day. I'm sorry, like bro, it's horrible. Like and you know, and I know that's a broad generalization. I'm sure there's some nice people out there. Yeah. Shout out to Rose. Like I said, like if the next time, so I met Rick Ross once. If I ever meet him again, I was like, bro, how did you do that shit, bro? Like I even and towards the end of my stint, like my 10 days, I was getting real argumentative and feisty with them motherfuckers. So it was just like I was talking to one woman and she was like, how you doing today? They were doing my medical when I got to Rice Street. And they're like, oh, are you suicidal? Are you feeling depressed? I said, nigga, I'm in jail. How you think I'm feeling? I'm in jail for nothing, for a clerical error on y'all part. Yeah, I'm depressed. I'm depressed as hell. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be here. She said, well, I don't want to be here neither. I said, yeah, but you chose to come here. Right. You know what I'm saying? You made the decision to come here. And she was just like, hey, everybody got to do something for a paycheck. I said, hey, man, that's a bullshit excuse. I said, because that's the shit the Nazis said. That's the shit that the motherfucking cops during the Jim Crow era said when they was hanging niggas from trees and shit. Don't fucking say you doing that shit for no paycheck. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's lots of evil shit that people say that they did because of a car note or a house note or some shit like that. Like, no, man, at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, history is going to judge you for the shit that you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So don't use that I'm doing it for a paycheck excuse. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Going off on this old lady, bro. She's 60 years old. She just trying to do a tuberculosis test. That's all going off on her.
I mean, but you know, that leads to a greater issue that I mean, well, one, I'm pretty sure you imagine what X had to go through being there for 12, 13 months. I bet you it crossed your mind.
Yeah.
Through that short time you was in there.
Yeah, he did 6 months in DeKalb, and he did 6 months in Rice Street.
Yeah.
I did 9 days in DeKalb and a day and a half in Rice Street. I'm like, how the fuck he did this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, God damn, this shit.
But it's fucked up, man. Because as long as I've known you, I mean, I know we don't see each other often, but every time we catch up, man, like we both just be hustling, grinding hard all the time.
All the time.
And I know I was telling you, man, like yo, because every time I come across you, you may have like three day jobs. Yeah. Fucking MFN shit.
Yep.
And then personal project shit.
Yeah.
And relationship.
Yeah.
And I was actually like, well, shit, man. Like, how the fuck you do this shit? So it's like, and so you're doing your best you can to stay legit, and then you still get fucking caught up in the system, and it's real fucked up. Yeah. You know, it's like that. You know what I mean? And
I said it, and I just did a video. I'm starting a vlog series. It's gonna be the Listen to Hannibal series. I came up with the hashtag listen to Hannibal a long time ago because don't nobody listen to me. Like I tell some people some shit like, oh man, what should I do? And then you tell them what they should do. You know, you lay out all the facts and all the data that supports what you say, and they just still gonna do whatever the fuck they want. So that's why I started like listen to Hannibal because don't nobody listen to me. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know, but when I was locked up, I had time to think. I had nothing but time to think. But I was thinking I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I had been wanting to shoot and edit these videos and then kind of use them to promote, you know, my production team and give us a different platform to be able to showcase our talents. And I always made excuses on why I didn't do it. Like, oh, I don't got the time, or it take too long to edit, or just some bullshit. And it was like, now it's like, I was sitting up, I was like, man, I'm not finna, if I didn't get nothing out of being locked up for 10 days for nothing, it was just like, man, I'm gonna make sure when I get out, I maximize every minute of the day. I'm not finna let a second pass without getting something done. So like literally when I got out that day, I got out at like 6 in the morning. I had to fight a nigga in Rice Street. That's a whole other story. Wow. Yeah. So got out of Rice Street at around 6 in the morning, went home, took about a 3-hour shower with like real soap, real towels and shit. Fucking just get all that jail scent off of me and shit. And then as soon as Popeyes opened, went and got 2 $5 boxes.
Oh, you gonna run there?
Yeah, right.
You balling.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And then I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, the first thing I did was I had Shayla shoot that video. I shot the video, I edited it, I put it on Facebook, and then literally as soon as I uploaded it, I got in my car and started Uber driving and Lyft driving. Wow. And we're just like, yep. And then I drove to like 3, 4 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, came home, slept, and did it again the next day. And that's what it was. And then, but in the video, one of the things I said about jail is like, you know, if you make a mistake, if you break the law, if you make a mistake or you make a bad decision, they send you to jail. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's some bullshit technical shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you forgot to pay a ticket. Oh, you forgot to change the address. We sent this court order to the wrong address. It's your fault. You have to deal with that shit. But if they fuck up, if they make a bad decision or they make a mistake or they make a clerical error, you still have to go to jail. So if it's my fault, I gotta go to jail. If it's your fault, I still gotta go to jail? That don't make no sense. Right. That shit's crazy. And in like 10 days, but me and my girl live on a strict 2-person income. Yeah. So for me, missing out on work, like for 10 days, that was like, I was supposed to be working the FSU Alabama game at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. That's like $400 a night. Yeah. Dragon Con, Comic-Con, I could have been driving Uber or Lyft. That's like $200 a night, $300 a night. I'm missing all this money, and it's like my rent was due on X's birthday. So it's like now everything is behind. My rent is like 2 steps away from getting evicted. They about to take my car, cut off my car insurance, cut off my cell phone, cut off my lights. So it's like, you know, and I it's like, so now I'm trying to just do everything I can to hustle up the money I can to just stave off all of this stuff. Like I said, they locking niggas up. They don't care. Right. They don't care. It's crazy. And there's a lot of people that's locked up for nothing, for some technical bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's real. And that's my next, not the next video. So the next video I do is gonna be about episode 1. Like I named that Listen to Hannibal episode 0. It's like the pilot episode. It's called Freedom and shit. The next episode is gonna be all about X's project. So I really just sit down and then just
Yeah,
talk about the project.
I definitely, we will definitely sit down and go through a couple of tracks with you and everything.
Yeah.
But I asked Spotify, so I listened to the album. So you posted on Facebook. I went straight there, click the link.
Oh, so you listen to it on Spotify and then turn around and bought it?
Yeah.
Oh, you was a real nigga. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. Hey, I tell people all the time, support goes both ways. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like an artist, and just for everybody that's listening to this, I hope the millions and millions of people around the world that are Inspired Magazine fans and fans of Black Ice Bell, if you really love an artist, you have to support their work. You have to buy the albums or go see them in concert or buy the merchandise and stuff like that. It's like the artists will make money off of streams and they will make money off of their songs playing on the radio. But like, if you stream an album one time, like in order for like, so if you buy the album one time, the equivalent of one album sale, like if you buy it on iTunes, Amazon Music, or if you go to the store and buy a physical copy, you would have to stream the album like 1,200 times for an equivalent sale. So in order for it to count, it's literally got to get streamed thousands and thousands. And if you're like a Drake or a Jay-Z or a Kanye West or Big Sean or Kendrick or Rihanna or Coldplay or Madonna or Taylor Swift, Adele, that's no big deal for y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like for like new artists, it's like we're literally talking about spending thousands of dollars creating this music and making pennies on the shit. And it's not that people don't like it, because like this shit gets streamed 100,000 times. It's, oh, here's your $13. That shit's ugly, bro. So it's like, you know, the streaming is cool, and at the end of the day, you know, any support is support. But it's like, just understand the streaming support is like is a fraction of what it is.
And really, Spotify, I think, is one of the higher paying ones. So it's like even less on other platforms.
Yeah, you know? I've heard about the Apple Music and Pandora. We still waiting for Pandora to they gonna listen to the album track for track. They say, oh yeah, we'll let you know if we're gonna put it on Pandora in 2 to 3 months. Like 2 to 3 months, nigga. I'm trying to have this shit out on the 28th.
Right, you know. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of music, so I mean, and like you said, I'm the type of person. There's so much free music out there too. Mm-hmm. Like I love Big Crit. And you know, he gave me some of these dope album quality mixtapes. Yeah. I mean, his mixtape was killing the shit that was in the store. Yeah. I had no problem paying for the concert and paying for merchandise if I got it. Yeah. I mean, like, every time you perform in Atlanta, I'm there. Yeah. So he's just one of those type of artists. You know? Yeah. Janelle Monáe, I'm paying it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she bad, but you know, I'm paying it. But I'm glad you said that, because like a lot of people don't understand that, because they just think about the convenience of it and they don't understand how the money works in the industry. Yeah. And even artists don't know how the money works in the industry, so they need to know that too. You know. Yeah. But yeah, man. So I listened to the album I listened to the album in its entirety, and there were a few things that stood out. One of the things that was kind of eerie to me was the voicemails he included. Oh yeah. When everybody was looking for him, with you, his girl, the mom. I was like, and I remember mom was like, "Yo, you ain't have to call me back. Just change your voicemail so we know you did."
Just so we know you alive.
You know what I mean? So I was like, man, that was some real shit to hear that. That was a standout for me. It was sad but hilarious. And one of my favorite songs is "Cop."
Oh, the COP song, yeah,
And you was like,
ironically, I got arrested when I got pulled over by the police that night. I was listening to COP when the cops arrested me. I was like, ain't this a bitch? Man. I looked up at the sky and said, oh, you got jokes, huh? Okay, all right, I see how it is.
All right, man. So it's like, and you were saying, like, yo, he made a song about it 7 years ago. Yeah. And it ended up happening in real life. So he kind of like, in an effed up way, spoke it into existence.
Yeah. You know? And he got a lot of songs like that, too. That's crazy. Wow. Like, he's got a lot of, like oddly prophetic. Like, he'll say, he said this thing in 2002, and then it happened in 2008. Or he said this thing in 2003, it happened in 2011. It's like, damn, how did you... Like, he's got a song where he predicts America's war with Afghanistan and the Taliban, and it's being this long drawn out war, because you're basically fighting an idea, and you can't fight an idea because, you know what I'm saying, like, it's like, you know, like you're fighting an ideology. It's like you can't, like, it's like trying to, like, oh, we're gonna have the war on comedy. Like, you can't fight comedy, you can't fight jokes. You can't strangle jokes, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Right. So it's like he had a song where he talked about that shit, and then not too long after he did that song, September 11 happened, and then next thing you know, he was at war with Afghanistan. He had it, like he got a lot of songs like that, man. It's crazy. And over the years, and I'm gonna say this now, I was gonna say this later, but this isn't the only X album we're doing. Like X had enough material where we could put out a 20-song album every year for the next 10 years. Damn. So over the next 5 years, we're gonna try to put out 3 or 4 X projects at a time. Okay. And the next project we're gonna do is probably going to be the Bastards project, because that project's already basically done. It just got to tinker on a couple things, and I'm planning on getting Snub Zero, and it's gonna be the full complement. So it's gonna be X, Kaz, live action, Snub Zero, J Mac the Juggernaut. It's gonna be everybody who was ever a bastard all back together on this project. So I'm gonna try to get Snub and J Mac and Kaz to come in and re-record a couple things and then get that mixed around and stuff. But that'll be next one. And the next project I'm gonna do will be like X the Barbarian, which will just be just X on some super lyrical shit. But that project will have features. And I'm gonna try to come out of pocket and get like 1 or 2 big name features on the project. So if I can, there's a couple people like Cardi B might be within reach. I don't know if I get Cardi B on the project, and then just hopefully, fingers crossed. Like at this point, she might be so far out of reach, it might not be a thing. We'll see. I'm gonna try to get like 1 big name feature on the project, and that project is like it's just gonna be like X and a bunch of other rappers just barring it out. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna do another project where all the songs is gonna be like reggae, dance hall style, feel stuff. And then it's gonna be like I have like 10 projects mapped out for him. Okay. So we're working on it.
Tell everybody where they can get the X album at.
All right, so X's album. So his we ended up changing his name from X Man the Professor to X Dash. This is actually his idea when he got out of lockup, when he got out of jail this last time, and we were riding in the car. He was letting me hear some of the new shit he wrote. He was like, he kept calling himself X Dash. He was like, yeah, I don't want to call myself X. He used to call himself X Dash Man in songs, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna just call myself X Dash from now on. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So at first I was iffy about it. Then I thought about it from a branding standpoint. It'd be real easy to just have a white shirt with a black X and a dash, and that's it. It's just real simple, it's to the point. And I was like, yeah, okay. I started seeing the branding opportunities. It's like, yeah, okay, X Dash. So his name is X Dash. The name of the album is called Before I Exit. It's the letter X. It's like Before I, the letter X, and then IT, and you can find it on. It's on Amazon. So you can buy the album on iTunes, Amazon Music, the Google Play Store, and a couple other places. It's available for streaming on Spotify, Tidal, and Apple Music. We're waiting on Pandora now. It's actually available on like probably 30 sites. I don't know all 30 of them. It's just, but I tell everybody the big ones. It's also available on our website, teammfn.com. So if you want to just give the money to us directly. And as I'm telling everybody, half the proceeds to the album, like Sharif, my brother had 2 daughters that he left behind, a 13-year-old named Tatiana and a 3-year-old named Aaliyah Nola Metcalf, right? Because that's what happens when you let the daddy name the child. Aaliyah Nola, because we from New Orleans, Metcalf, right? So you got Aaliyah, Tatiana, and we're setting it up where half the proceeds for every project we put out is gonna go in a trust fund to his 2 daughters. Like I'm literally going to Bank of America on Monday to set up the trust fund. So I won't even, like literally as soon as the money gets generated, it's gonna go right into an account for them. And Tatiana be 18 in 5 years. When she turns 18, she'll have some money waiting on her. So if you don't buy the album, that's fine. You can go stream the album. You ain't gotta go listen to the album for real. Just go load it up, hit play, go do some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's still, even just that little bit of help right there is gonna be able to just create a platform for his family to be able to do some things in the future.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming through, Hannibal, man. It's been a good minute. And, good catching up with you and everything, man. And I really appreciate it, man. Sorry for my condolences for X. And we're gonna make it happen, man.
Yeah.
All right, this is Black Ice, this is the Black Room.
My life is music. My life is music. My love is music. My love is music. And it's 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day.
You heard that new X, girl? If I didn't know me, I'd bump this shit too. Trying to get signed in the streets, stuck in the industries, ducking it gets deep, but I love it. Wouldn't pick no other way to get paid and run it. 100-mile running till my lungs stop pumping. Oxygen to say I'm the shit. Waiting to drop like Pac, writing another hit. Locked in a pin, but yo, I wouldn't trade it. This music holding it sacred. Shout out to the rappers that's not in the band making it. Underground money under the table of Uncle Sam, cause his brother won't sign you on his music label. Now you got a corporate lawyer that wanna rape you, and that's more paper while you minimum wage waiting to be.